What happens to Earth if humans suddenly disappear? We've all imagined it. A world without us. No cities buzzing. No Indians roading. No lights glowing at night. So what actually happens? Let's move forward in time, year by year, and watch Earth reclaim itself. After just 2 to 3 days, power plants shut down. Most nuclear reactors automatically shut off. But without human operators, backup systems eventually fail. Cooling systems stop working. Within days, some reactors overheat. Fuel rods melt. Meltdowns occur. Large radioactive exclusion zones form, stretching for tens of kilometers, turning parts of cities into modern-day Chernobyl-like regions. Meanwhile, subway tunnels begin flooding as electric pumps fail. Underground systems fill with groundwater. Coastal cities slowly take on water. Within 6 weeks, many underground areas remain permanently submerged. Satellites orbiting below 600 kilometers begin falling back to Earth as atmospheric drag pulls them down. On the ground, wildlife responds quickly. Feral cats, dogs, raccoons, and wild pigs multiply. Without traffic and human interference, animals reclaim suburbs and streets. Plastic waste starts breaking apart. Microplastics enter soil, rivers, and the food chain. 10 years later, cities are silent. Concrete cracks as freeze. Thaw cycles split roads and walls apart. Plants grow through sidewalks. Glass shatters. Roofs collapse under storms and neglect. Skyscrapers begin weakening as steel reinforcement bars corrode from exposure. Nature pushes in from every direction. 100 years later, ticking time bombs. Old dams, many built in the mid-20th century, exceed their design lifespans. Without maintenance, spillways clog. Concrete weakens. Eventually, some dams fail. Massive floods surge through abandoned cities, reshaping landscapes. The Eiffel Tower, once repainted every 7 years, rusts heavily. Metal panels begin detaching. In former urban centers like Times Square, deer and bears roam freely. Forests swallow highways. 500 years later, rivers rewrite the map. Collapsed dams release huge sediment loads. Rivers change course. Cities like Chicago and Seoul transform into wetlands and forests. Steel bridges collapse entirely. Skyscrapers crumble into heaps of oxidized metal and rubble. Pine and maple trees grow 30 meters tall above what were once streets. Most ocean plastics degrade under sunlight and microbial activity, turning into carbon dioxide or sinking to the seafloor. 1,000 years later, climate inertia. Even without human emissions, Earth doesn't instantly cool. Oceans retain heat. Carbon lingers in the atmosphere. Sea levels remain elevated for centuries due to climate inertia. New temperate rainforests spread across parts of the northern hemisphere. Bison, wolves, and leopards expand into former human territory. 5,000 years later, only nuclear waste remembers. Plutonium-239, with its long half-life, remains dangerously radioactive. Equals 0, 1, slash, 2, slash, 1, slash, 2, NT egalen 0, 1/2, T/T, 1/2. Radioactive decay is slow. Even after thousands of years, significant material remains. Plants and animals avoid heavily contaminated zones, but even those areas slowly recover. Nearly all space junk re-enters Earth's atmosphere by now. Burned up satellites become metallic dust, mixing into soil and sediments. 10,000 years later, Ice Age delayed. Earth should naturally be heading toward another Ice Age cycle. But the carbon dioxide left behind delays it, possibly by tens of thousands of years. Aluminum fragments, glass shards, and ceramic tiles become buried in sediment layers. Future geologists might identify this thin band as a distinct marker, a human signature in rock. 100,000 years later, the human layer. Earthquakes, erosion, and sediment bury the remains of cities. Bones, steel, concrete, and plastics compress into stone-like layers.